want to share something with you about the mind-muscle connection. So, I always have been a firm believer that the mind creates the body. What does that mean? It means that first you think and then you are. And you know, the saying is, I think, therefore I am. Famous saying. But anyway, it means that this life is somewhat of a thought. It's a mental construct. Your body is a mental construct. So the mind-muscle connection, as you see as I'm twitching my biceps, is a connection between my brain that fires the signal to activate my right arm or my left arm, right? That is called flexing. But that signal is it's transmitted through the nervous system, right? That runs through your body. So first, you don't know how to use your nervous system, right? When you're a baby, you have to learn how to walk. You have to learn how to activate certain muscles. There's muscles that you have, but you don't know how to use. Maybe like the ones where you can move your ears. Some people can move their ears. Some people can't move their ears. And those are some muscles that you just didn't train, so you never created a connection between your mind and that muscle, so your nervous system can't fire. It doesn't know the address. That means in your brain, there's like an address of your body, right? It's all connected, and where that tells you where everything is, a mental map of your body. So in training, we want to train the firepower of our nervous system. I'm always going to tell you I'm an advocate for heavy lifting, for the reason being that the harder you can flex, the harder you can fire the signal, the stronger you can flex, the more dense, the more actual muscle mass you build. So actually, especially for us big guys, we have to build a muscle mass with heavy weight. So the mind-muscle connection is the reason why we gotta lift heavy. For the reason being, if you only lift, let's say in the rep range of 20 reps, right? Then you're gonna be only activating the outside part of your muscles. So when you do max rep, you're gonna be, right? Use everything. Shoot as strong as you can shoot to go deep into the muscle. The electrical signal. That's what we're talking about. The electrical signal. And when you only do 20 reps, you actually only activate the outside parts, right? So 20 reps are fine too, as long as you do the heavy reps first, because that way you can work yourself inside out. Because if you start doing the heavy reps first, you go deep, you still train your max strength, so your inside is already burnt out, because those are more deeper muscles than what you use when you do 20 reps. And then you can still do less weight with 20 reps after you did that. But let's say you only train in the 20-25 rep range, you never go deep into the tissue, the muscle tissue, you're never going to get a tense, strong body, you know? Like it's always going to be a good pump, but it's not going to unleash your full potential. Just for the reason being that the heavyweight, you're dealing with gravity here, right? So resisting that gravity is making you a lot more strong, right? It's like you only train in one gravity or like double gravity or third gravity. Like the more weight you put on, the more you're gonna fight that gravity, you know, like that force that's gonna crush you. But in fighting that force that's gonna crush you, you develop strong muscles. So I advocate of heavy lifting. Like a lot of people say that you don't need the heavy weight. You don't need the heavy weight to be fit. But if you want to unleash your full potential of strength, the heavy weights is where it's at. And also, actually, there's a mind-muscle connection. The brain is actually a receiver from your soul just, you know, on the spiritual realm that is commanding it. So there's actually like your soul that created this body and maintains this body, and then the brain is the antenna, and from that antenna you start moving your body like a puppet player, like your soul's a puppet player of the body, whatever body you possess. But anyway, I think that's the main teaching for today. Mind muscle connection, just to summarize it, is your brain, your muscles are your nervous system first. Then through your nervous system, you flex your muscle. Boom. Flexing of the muscle is electricity that you send into the muscle. If you have heavy weight, automatically you're going to send more electricity to the muscle. So in creating like a denser muscle with heavier weight, you get more quality, you get more muscle quality. That's why you usually see me ripped all year round, because, you know, I lift heavy and then work myself out. And yeah, something else is there to say. If you want to go deeper into the process, how the muscle flexes, basically there are little hooks, and as soon as the brain sends the signal that the muscle's supposed to flex, the calcium gets released and attaches to certain receptors and make the muscle flex. And the magnesium is making your muscle relax. That's why when you start cramping, you gotta eat magnesium, because your body is lacking magnesium. It can't relax its muscles. It's cramping. Boom. It's too much calcium. So that's a little bit background behind the biochemistry. But basically, the nervous system, that's where it's at. And I actually got a picture of the nervous system. So let me show you the picture. So here you can see we got the nervous system, and the nervous system is that which becomes before your muscles, right? So when you want to flex your finger, your biceps, the process of speaking, of articulating my tongue, is all muscle work. Standing up straight is muscle work. And that muscle work is done through these electric lines that run through your body, and that shoot signals that activate the desired muscles. As a baby, we have to calibrate our bodies, so that's why it takes us time to learn to walk, it takes us time to learn to crawl, it takes us time to learn how to speak, because we have to put all these billions of fibers into coordination for a common goal, right? We have to coordinate our body. So as we learn how to coordinate our body, we develop the muscles. I develop the use of the muscles. So some muscles we have, but we don't know how to use, like the one where you can move your ear. Some people know how to use it, some people don't. Usually if you don't learn at a certain year, you aren't able to learn how to activate that nervous strand, you know, the nerve strand. So as you can see, even sight is done through a nerve. So what happens is that the electromagnetic waves come through the eye, and then in the eye you have little basically it's just like little antennas, and they react different to different wavelengths, and then those wavelengths get transmitted into electrical signals, and then those electrical signals get sent to the brain. They get filtered through the I think it's the hypothalamus, and they get filtered through whatever our perceptions wanna see or not see. So if there's something we're not programmed to see, we're not going to see it. It's going to be hard for us to notice, because our brain has this automatic filter to blend out whatever is contradicting our beliefs or our expectations. As reality is a perception of our statistics that we have created through experience. We tend to create patterns in our life. A big part of evolution and advancement in life is how to break these patterns. How to break these patterns and how to evolve and learn. And as you can see, there's different parts of the brain and different parts that mark different parts of our evolution. We have the reptilian brain, we have the mammal brain, and then we have the big brain, like the human brain. I don't know the exact English terms for it. I'm German native, so a native tongue. So yeah, but basically that's how it works. If you want to lift a weight, first you have to set the intent. That intent actually comes from something that is outside of your body. It is from your soul. That intent makes you wake up in the morning and live your life with a purpose. That intent makes you grab a weight and use the muscles that you have learned to grab the biceps, close your fingers, lift the dumbbell, and bring it back down. And through repetition, those nerves nurture the growth of muscles that turn into a physique. And that is what it is to lifting. And like, I'm an advocate for the heavy lifting, because you have to understand, if you want to fire a thought, like a signal, like a lift. If you lift heavy, you have to send a strong signal to your muscle, which means your muscle will get more dense, more strong. The electric pulse that is generated actually from usually the abdomen is stronger, which means you are stronger if you lift heavier, because you just put more, you have to create more tension. I mean, that doesn't mean you should lift only heavy because you want to create, train your muscles from the inside to the outside, and you want to switch it up and give your routine some change. But just to explain what I mean by mind-body connection. And basically, the more we train, we learn about ourselves, we learn about our body, we learn how to functioning, we learn about our talents, our weaknesses, our strengths, our gifts, our pitfalls, and we're literally evolving. And that's the part, is to be stressed. We have to evolve, we have to get better. So in the gym, as you can see, you can change yourself. If you're an obese person, you can turn into a muscular person. If you're a muscular person, you can turn into a skinny person. So, you actually learn, if you take it further up in hierarchy, that the thoughts create your body. Because first comes the intent of yourself to go to the gym. First comes the intent to change your body, and then the suit follows actions. Then the little workouts are all and manifestation of that intent, like and then through those thoughts, you change your appearance, you change your features, and you become more expressive. And as you see, like let me explain about a homeless person. What happens to a crazy or homeless person that walks in circles, like we have it here in Venice Beach? They lose their direction and their intent towards a direction, right? Like they get caught up in like a magnetic vortex, because you have to go somewhere to be moving. Most people, they get a little boardwalk and they have a direction, they go somewhere. But some people, they just go nowhere with no direction. And then they just get caught up in the stream and start walking in circles. And eventually, they're never gonna leave that circle all their life. They're gonna be stuck in the same life in the same direction. They're all lifelong. But basically, the lesson with Ike Ketcher about the nervous system and the mind-body connection, and why it is important to lift heavy if you can, if you're healthy enough, and if you want to like really unleash your maximum potential, because it is the way to calibrate your nerves to fire 100% and to be strong. And the same also, of course, with explosive workouts like sprinting and other things that, you know, require you to coordinate your muscle towards a certain goal, to coordinate your whole body towards like a focal point. But basically, it's just so bad if you have a spinal injury. That's where all your nerves run along. And if you have an injury there, your whole everything can't fire, because it's like the main freeway up to 405 is damaged, and now all the signal can't pass, you know.